She was only 30, a successful lawyer with a bright future. But one day, her body started to fail her. She began losing control of her bladder, and during a hearing, female officers had to help her change. That night, it happened again. When her father rushed to help, she pushed him away and in frustration even slapped him. He struck her back before realizing what he'd done. As silence filled the room, guilt washed over him. How did his brilliant 30-year-old daughter end up like this? Let's begin. Soo-jin is a successful lawyer who spends every day fighting for her clients, working late into the night, and forgetting what rest even feels like. Behind her calm smile, she's also a single mother doing her best to raise her daughter Gina. One evening, Soo-jin rushes home after a long day and can't find Gina anywhere. She calls her father, asking if he took her. But before he can answer, Soo-jin spots a small shadow under the play tent. It's Gina, and relief floods her heart. Gina is leaving soon for the United States to study with her father. She says she doesn't really want to go, but Soo-jin gently reminds her that she already promised her dad. The words hurt more than she lets on. A week before Gina's flight, Soo-jin carefully ties her daughter's hair one last time before she leaves. Her life has become a loop of work, parenting, and exhaustion. The next morning at the office, her boss praises her for closing a huge case. But even success feels heavy. When her babysitter cancels again, frustration spills over. With no choice, she calls her father for help. He arrives and brings Gina home. He feeds her dinner and lets her watch cartoons, still treating her like his little baby even though she's already 10. When Soo-jin returns unexpectedly, Gina quickly hides her laptop and pretends to do homework. Soo-jin scolds her dad for spoiling her, then nags at Gina to finish writing her daily diary. Gina frowns, saying that Soo-jin had told her the day before that she did not need to write her diary anymore. That night, Gina whispers to her grandfather that she thinks her mom just wants to send her away and wonders if she'll ever come looking for her after she goes abroad. Her grandfather smiles gently and points to the sky. Whenever you miss her, he says, look for the brightest star, Cassiopeia. It will lead you back to your mom. Later, when the house grows quiet, Soo-jin's father asks softly if she wants him to stay for the week. It'll be hard to find another babysitter so soon. Soo-jin hesitates, pride fighting with exhaustion. But finally she nods. She needs his help, whether she admits it or not. The next morning, Gina drags her feet to her tuition class, whining the whole way. Soo-jin tries to cheer her up, saying they'll be playing English games today, it'll be fun. But Gina frowns and mutters that her mom is lying again. The words sting more than they should. Soo-jin snaps, her patience gone, and yells at her to stop talking back and go to class with her grandpa. Later, Soo-jin stops by her father's house. On the old bookshelf, she finds her late mother's diary. Inside, there's a worn-out page, a bucket list written years ago. Soo-jin asks if they ever managed to do all the things on the list. Her father gives a sad smile. No, he says softly. Time passed faster than we did. He then tells her that her mother left behind an old maroon coat for her, but Soo-jin looks at it and says that no one wears something so old-fashioned anymore. But her father just smiles. Together, they go to pick Gina up from class. On the way, Gina reminds her mom to call her best friend's mother about a playdate. But Soo-jin, tired and stressed, scolds her again, saying there's no time for games before her trip. When Gina protests, Soo-jin sighs impatiently and says, "Do you want mom to be unhappy?" Her words leave Gina speechless. Her grandpa quickly kneels beside her and pats her head. "Your mom's not good with words," he says kindly, "but she loves you very much." That night, the tension fades. Soo-jin and Gina sit together, playing the recorder and laughing softly as the notes fill the room. Later, they lie side by side, whispering small secrets before falling asleep. A few days later, Soo-jin, her father, and Gina drive out to the forest for a quiet picnic under the stars. The night sky glimmers with silver light. Soo-jin looks at her daughter and says gently, "I want you to grow up strong, so no one ever looks down on you." Gina smiles and nods, her voice steady. "Don't worry, Mom. I'm already strong. I won't let anyone bully me." Under the blanket of stars, everything feels peaceful, like time has slowed down just for them. The next morning, Gina packs her luggage, carefully checking that she didn't miss out anything. Her grandfather reminds her to call often, his voice trembling with warmth and sadness. They're about to leave for the airport when Soo-jin's boss calls her. He needs a few urgent case files right away. They send Gina off before she heads back to complete her work. When she finishes, she hurries to the parking lot but suddenly realizes she can't remember where she parked. Her steps quicken until she finally spots her car. She jumps in and calls her father, her voice shaky. "Where's Gina? Bring her here quickly, or she'll miss her flight." There's a long silence on the other end. Her father sounds confused. "What are you talking about? We already took Gina to the airport hours ago." Before Soo-jin can respond, a loud crash echoes. When she opens her eyes, she's in a hospital room. The doctor looks at her with careful eyes and explains gently, "Based on your scans, you have early-onset Alzheimer's disease." The words don't make sense. She's only in her 30s. She forces a small laugh, but it doesn't last. The doctor continues, saying the condition will worsen, maybe in a few months, maybe in a couple of years. When they leave the doctor room, Soo-jin sits in silence, her hands trembling. Her phone buzzes again. It's her boss, asking her to come to work. Frustrated, she shouts, "Stop ordering me around." Then she asks her dad, "Dad, am I being punished? I worked so hard, did everything right. So why me?" Her father reaches for her hand, but no words come. He looks at her, helpless against her breaking heart. The next day, Soo-jin begins her treatment. The nurse asks her a few simple questions. At first, Soo-jin smiles, thinking she can handle this, but when asked how she plans to get home, her mind goes blank. She has forgotten how to say the word taxi. The nurse explains gently, "Alzheimer's can't be cured, but we can slow it down. You might forget things and feel angry or confused sometimes. Don't panic, just take your medicine on time." That night, Gina video calls from America. She smiles brightly through the screen, saying she's settling in well and even made a new friend named Rachel. Soo-jin smiles too, holding back tears. For now, she just wants to remember this moment, her daughter's happy face glowing against the dark. Soo-jin walks into work the next day, forgetting all about the call with her boss. She doesn't notice her mistake until she reaches the office. Her colleagues stare. She's wearing a nice dress top, but pajama pants. When she realizes, she tells her boss she will go and get something to change into, but her boss sarcastically replies, "Is this the time to go shopping?" Soo-jin swallows hard, wishing she could disappear. Meanwhile, at home, her dad is buried in research. He reads everything he can find about dementia. That afternoon, he's on his way back from the market when he sees a van for a dementia support organization. He approaches the staff. "Are there still slots for caregiving classes?" he asks. "Sorry, we are full this month," the staff says. "You can try next month, but you're welcome to come to the self-help meetings. Talk to people in your shoes." Later, when Soo-jin arrives, he tells her he will hire a caregiver for her soon. Then Soo-jin continues, "We need a new babysitter. The one we have, she's careless. I don't trust anyone with Gina." She has clearly forgotten that Gina is already in the States. Then her dad mentions changing the front door lock to a fingerprint system. Soo-jin frowns. Does he think she'll forget the code soon? Still, she nods. "Okay, do it." At work, the questions come fast. Her colleagues ask about a recent case as the client is trying to pin the blame on them. But her mind is foggy. She cannot remember. Finally, she blurts it out. I've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's." There's a stunned silence. She forces a bitter smile. "If anything goes wrong, you can blame me. I'm sick now." Her boss pretends to sympathize with her, but Soo-jin sees through it. The kindness is just a mask. That afternoon, Soo-jin's dad heads to the organization for the self-help meeting. The room goes quiet when he introduces himself. The dementia patient he cares for is his own daughter. He shares everything, how he feels, how he's shocked. "She was a top lawyer," he says, voice tight. "She never worried me. She handled everything herself. But now this has happened to her." Later, Soo-jin goes to the workshop to pick up her car. On the way home, panic sets in. The streets twist around her. She keeps turning in circles, heart racing. She calls her dad. Within minutes, he arrives and guides her safely home. At home, her dad quietly watches her shred her work documents. Understanding she's lost her job, he softly asks if she needs any help. For the first time, Soo-jin's voice shakes as she asks, "Can you live with me?" "Of course," he replies without hesitation. That night, Gina calls. Soo-jin listens as her daughter talks about her day. "I hung out with Rachel today," Gina says. Soo-jin frowns. "Rachel, who's that?" Her dad grabs the laptop, voice firm but gentle. "Mom is sick, Gina. She can't remember. Let's talk later." He ends the call. Soo-jin stares at the screen. She couldn't remember a thing. Tears spill over. The next morning, her dad drives her to the Alzheimer's club. Her voice trembles. If I forget about Gina, please send me to a nursing home. I don't want her to know." Fear grips her. She starts shaking, words spilling out. "I'm afraid. I won't even recognize her one day." Her meltdown grows. "I sent Gina to the States because I was scared I wouldn't be a good mom." Later, they arrive together at the Alzheimer's activity workshop. The organizer mistakes her dad for the patient. Then she realizes the patient is Soo-jin and not her dad. Shock floods her face. Soo-jin throws a fit, frustration raw and loud. Then one of the elderly patients suddenly urinates in class. Soo-jin recoils, terrified. she mutters, voice shaking. How can anyone be human anymore if you don't remember anything? It's like living like a zombie. Her words shocked the other family members, and one family member quietly tells her dad, take her home to rest. That night, Soo-jin soaks in the bathtub, letting the warm water soothe her. Suddenly, she hurts herself. Pain shoots through her, and she cries out. Her dad rushes in without a second thought, helping her out and tending to the wounds. I'm sorry, Dad, for acting out, she whispers. He shakes his head, holding her hand. Don't apologize. I'm just happy you're alive. The next afternoon, he takes her to visit the nursing home near the forest, but there are no vacancies. She's placed on a wait list, and his care at home continues. Every night, without fail, he reads everything he can find on Alzheimer's. He searches for ways to help her. He creates small to-do lists, timetables, and routines. They brush their teeth together at the same time, work out together, go to the supermarket together, and every day he prepares health drinks for her. But Soo-jin's condition worsens day by day. One afternoon, on a video call with Gina, she hesitates and asks softly, Who's this? Her dad grips his chest and quickly shuts the laptop. Later, they go to court together for a case she had been working on before her diagnosis. The opposing party argues that Soo-jin gave legal advice before she knew she was sick. Her team tries to defend her, claiming she may have had Alzheimer's long before she even noticed. Then, suddenly, Soo-jin starts crying. Panic floods her face. She loses control of her bladder right there in the courtroom. Shock and fear consume her as the police officers help her to take toilet for a change of clothes. She screams for her dad, the only person she can trust. Her dad's heart shatters as he puts her to bed, feeling the weight of helplessness crushing him. The next morning, they head to the supermarket like they always do. Among the playground swings, Soo-jin notices something familiar hidden in the park. It is a bottle filled with paper cranes, something that Gina had hidden before she left for the States. Later, a caregiver arrives, brought by another member. She hovers, criticizing, lecturing Soo-jin's dad. No instant food for her, she nags. Then, with a cold edge, she starts mocking Soo-jin's divorce. Soo-jin's dad stiffens. Please, go home, he says firmly. The caregiver's voice sharpens. You couldn't handle it if you were alone. Caring for someone like her, it's impossible. He looks at her, calm but resolute, and insists that she leaves. That night, as he prepares dinner for Soo-jin, disaster strikes again. She urinates on herself. He tries to change her, but she resists violently. He tries to calm her. She slaps him. Out of desperation, he slaps her back. The room falls silent. Regret hits him instantly. His hands shake. He looks at her and sees her eyes drift toward the paper cranes on the table. Notes tucked inside read, Don't cry, Mom. I love you, Mom. She doesn't know it's from Gina. She only stares, confused. Days pass, and Soo-jin's mind slips further. She can barely recognize anyone or any place around her. Then, a phone call changes everything. There's a vacancy at the nursing home. But then, Soo-jin starts tearing up receipts at the hospital, stuffing them in her mouth. Panic and helplessness overwhelm him. He pulls her away gently. On the way home, he tells her, I'm sorry for hurting you. You did good, and from now on say no, I don't want to, if anything makes you uncomfortable. That night, they attend a funeral. Another member's mother has passed. The son confides in Soo-jin's dad. It's impossible caring for someone with dementia. Now I have no idea where to begin again. Soo-jin's dad tries to comfort him. You're still young, you have time. The man shakes his head, voice breaking. You don't understand, it hurts worse because I am young. Soo-jin's dad looks at his daughter and feels the weight of it all, the fear and helplessness he can't protect her from. Life keeps moving, but Soo-jin's world shrinks. She can no longer shower alone. Simple tasks slip from her hands, yet her dad carries on, quietly, tirelessly caring for her. One night, as he helps her settle in bed, Soo-jin looks at him. Dad, are you tired? After all of this? He shakes his head, voice steady. No, I'm not tired. I can stay with you forever. Her small hand rests on his. You won't be able to stay forever, she whispers. The words carry a hint of resignation. She's telling him, maybe it's time to send her to the nursing home. Her dad decides to follow her wishes. She will go to the nursing home during the day, return at night. This way she will get proper care. That day, before picking her up, he remembers one last request, her mother's coat. He rushes to pick it up, then arranges for the staff to stay with her till she returns. But panic grips Soo-jin when she can't find Gina. Where is she? She cries. Her voice trembles. He tries to reassure her. Gina, she's in the States. She's safe. Her mood wavers, unstable, fraying at the edges. She calls her dad, insisting he come. The staff intervenes, calm and firm. I'll help her. Don't worry, he says. Distracted by her call, her dad has an accident on the way. Meanwhile, back at home, the staff tries to take advantage of Soo-jin, but a spark of memory flickers. She remembers her dad's words, "No one can hurt you if you say no." She repeats it, voice shaking but firm. "Dad, he won't like it. He won't like it." Over and over she repeats the words. Slowly, the staff freezes. Guilt rises, and he stops. Soo-jin breathes hard, heart racing. Even in her fragile state, her father's love has become her shield. Later, Soo-jin's dad is rushed to the hospital and she's left alone at home, but the habits he had built into her life keep her moving. She still brushes her teeth, eats, and follows her small routines. Life goes on, almost normally. Then the phone rings. It is a call from the hospital. Her dad is in critical condition. "Come immediately," they urge. She freezes as she doesn't know how to process it. Then, she continues her daily motions as if nothing has changed. Days pass and another call comes. The surgery went well. Her dad is awake. Excited, she rushes out. But she does not know how to get to the hospital and ends up boarding the wrong vehicle, heading not to the hospital, but on an excursion. She ends up at a temple. The forest surrounds her. She wanders deeper, lost as night falls. A fleeting memory appears, the last picnic with her dad and Gina. A warmth she can barely hold on to. She curls up under a tree and falls asleep. Morning comes. Somehow, miraculously, she finds her way out and back home. The next morning, the same group hikers spots her. They think she wants to join their hike again and invites her to board the bus. She starts to follow, but then she feels a pair of small hands grab her. Gina stands beside her, and her ex-husband is also present. They both hold her tight. Tears flow freely as they embrace her. Relief, fear, and love collide in a single moment. Finally, she is taken to her dad's hospital room. His eyes open, weak but steady. The first words are not about his own pain. He asks, "Have you followed all the habits I taught you?" She nods, voice small but certain. "I did. Do you remember me?" She nods. Her dad squeezes her hand softly, a quiet pride shining through his tired eyes. Later, Soo-jin meets her daughter outside the room. Her mind falters. She looks at Gina and asks, "What's your name?" Gina smiles, calm and patient. "I'm Gina. I'll remind you again tomorrow." She hugs her mother gently. "I'll be strong like you. I won't cry in front of others. But if you're having a hard time, you can cry in front of me. I'll be here." Soo-jin nods, tears streaming. Even as her mind slips, love remains. Cassiopeia sits beside the North Star, guiding us toward it when we're lost. In the same way, family is always there beside us, supporting, steady, and guiding when we feel lost.